I think you need to translate.
No, it's okay. You can keep the end.
I think that we play a great offensive game tonight. Defensively, we were very good only in the second half. I think we give up some easy points in the first half. But the defense of the third period, and I think also last period, was really important to stay in the game and to have big possibilities to win the game. At the end, two missed defensive rebounds. I think they judged the game because if we could finish with a defensive rebound, 1-2 missed shots of the opponents, we could have different options for the game. I spoke to the players in the locker room. For sure, when you lose like that, it's not easy. But from one side, we are sad that we lost this game, this opportunity. From the other side, we need to keep our heads up to continue, to start with the home games that we have now, and first of all against Eilat, but also for EuroLeague against Red Star. And I hope and I want to call all our fans to fill in the gym for the first home game after so many time for EuroLeague at home. I want to congratulate Real Madrid for the win and to wish to the team and to the coach good luck.
Thanks so much. Preguntas para...
Questions for the coach? We have one question. Name and media, please. Jorge Martinez for Plento. We saw Wilbecki that retired and he had a pain on the leg. Is that serious, the pain that he had on the leg, or is this not serious?
It was cramps from the trying to help the team. He had some cramps. He was in and out with these cramps, but it's not very serious.
¿Está bien?
Okay.
Was broke. I filled your cup until it overflowed. Took it so far to keep you close. I was afraid to leave you on your own. I said I'd catch you if you fall, and if they laugh then fuck them all. And then I got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you could take advantage of me. Tell me how's it feel sitting up there, feeling so high but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there. Name in the sky, does it ever get lonely? Thinking you could live without me.
Good evening again. We'll start with the assessment from Pablo Lasso. Good evening. First, to congratulate the team for the win. I think it was quite a work win. In the first quarter, without being good, we felt that we were dominating both offensively and defensively. We moved the ball properly. We had good percentages of shooting. And I believe at the beginning of the third quarter was very bad. We lost balls, and the feeling that it was when they turned around the score, they were ahead, and obviously they made quite a serious mark that we were able to handle even in the bad moments. They finished with a lot of defensive stances. They are very athletic. It was difficult for us to find an advantage. There were a couple of shots from Gabi, one from Mickey, and on the winning or losing, you just get one shot to win. On the final toss of the coin, we won a match that was quite equal. Questions? First one, Fernando for Real Madrid Television. Congratulations for this win. For what we see again here, JC Carroll shows that he's the better shooter in Europe. So what you're reading from his match, knowing that he was coming back today? Well, a bit the feeling that I have with JC is that the team knows how to find him, and of course he has that scoring instinct that he has for his whole life, and he maintains that. He was stopped for a week, but if you see him training this week, you wouldn't think that. He was right back in a very good physical shape, and he was able to, even with some risky shoots, that would open the defense. I remember one that he missed, that he was alone, but he scored the last one. So it's not feeling that the options that we were looking for after the timeout and trying to get it from running from the back, one with the ones we had, thinking about the defense they were doing. So I'm happy about JC, especially because at the end his shot is a bit the winning one, but I think there were many players that were able to do a very good work for the team. Hello, Alejandro Lopez for Espanyol. Congratulations first for the win. If you look at Maccabi before the match of today, you see that his inner game is very good, like Tyre Black, and no one like Tello. Madrid faces that, but then you have Jordan Mick, and he has his best match as a Madridista when he is presenting to Salah Mary. Are we going to see Mick here in the initial five, or he's going to be back? Mick is a 5 that can play as a 4. Don't worry about it. Jordan is a 5. I'm not worried about Salah entrance. I'm worried about the team. If Salah and Jordan are playing together, I don't know who's going to be 5 and who's going to be 4. I don't know. We have Randolph, Tompkins, Felipe, Usman. So I think at the end of the day, and it's such a demanding calendar, we have to be ready. So everyone is important throughout the season. I'm really happy for Jordan's match because it was probably his best match as Madridista. He had already done some good matches, but he was very solid today on offensive situations, especially looking for the advantage, falls, free throws, 4-5 meters, so that he scored. So very happy for him, and we have to take advantage of that ability he has to be able to play close to the short and 5 and 4. Hello, Pablo. Lucas Garcia for Radio Nacional. First, to congratulate you for this win at the beginning of the season. I was wondering, as a colleague, and we're going to talk about the three-pointer from Carroll. Seeing Jordan Mickey, apart from double-double, he's 8 of 8 on free throws and 2 shots, 10 seconds from the end, and then wouldn't have Carroll's three-pointer. I'm not surprised. You see, the percentages for Mickey last season is like that, and his percentage was not as that. We were joking about it, and he was a bit pissed off. I think he's a very good player from the free throws, and he proved that with 8 of 8. But in general, he played a lot better in the offensive part than the defensive part. But the free throws, I'm not surprised because he always scored. Last 2 questions on the back first. Javier Rodriguez on the Madrid. I would like to ask if you were pissed off because your team had tons of fouls on the fourth quarter when he was more or less like that with Maccabi regarding faults, and if you see him every day, when it's 10 seconds to the end, you also feel that silence that you can hear it in the palace before Carroll scores the 3-pointer that's going to make the win. Regarding faults, I was not angry about that, especially I think I was a lot more angry if I had to say that I was angry at the beginning of the third quarter that was kind of weak in many aspects regarding energy, poor decisions, and that allowed them to get into the match. And then it forced us to that poor beginning to double our work from defensively and offensively, and then a bit of breach of their defense, their changes, because they have been doing that with a comfortable, because they're very athletic. And the other thing was what? Yeah, silence. Well, I don't know. With the time we had left, we decided after Jordan's free throws, with the time we had, we knew we were going to have the final ball. There were 27 seconds left. We'll begin and score 110, and then you decide when you're going to start again, and you kind of take advantage of its players' abilities. So Carroll's exit was compulsory to create attention. Sergi read that quite well. He was on the right side. He stopped Sergi on the side, and then Rudy was open in the corner, and Fak was open as well. But probably those changes make them lose Carroll for a second when he was free. So I don't know if that's silence, but I'm not nervous in that point. I think we can get a shot, and I believe we can get a shot. Then you can score not, but you can try to get it as good as possible. Very good, very well found from Sergi. Rudy Fakhrani moved it beautifully, and at the end you have to score, of course, as I always say, the whole credit for Jay-Z, but then the one looking from him blocking, and at the end the silence you're talking about. I don't know if I noticed that, because I'm more focusing on something different. Long question over there, Juan Martin Plantaseve, Pablo. Two questions. First about Nikon and Vitula. I don't know if he needs more time. You're thinking about the next month because he was not playing today. And then from the outside, it seems like this year league, you're going to have many surprises regarding results. We saw Fenerbahce defeat today Panathinaikos. So what do you think as a coach if this season is going to be most of the most complex in the last few years? Well, about Nico, there's no... Nico was to play. I decided he was not going to play. I decided to have Sergi. And there was a moment where I see that he could provide some opportunities in the attack. But it's a season that probably we have over 70 matches left, so I'm not worried. I see Nico fine. He was playing fine just after he landed. And not because he was playing wonderfully in the Super Cup, we were really happy. And because he was not playing today, no, Nico needs to have his process to adapt, but I'm not worried about it. He will probably play on Sunday. And I'm very calm because I see him right within the team, and I'm not worried about him not playing today. There were other players who didn't play, and one who didn't even change clothes. Regarding the EuroLeague, the last few years, I believe we all somehow opened our eyes regarding what the EuroLeague is. It's a very demanding competition in each match. It's very difficult to say this match is going to be won by Panathinaikos or by Villeurbanne or by Valencia. All are great teams with great players. And the competition makes you every day to be paying a lot of attention. And to talk about some history, the year we were champion on Europe, we lost home with the Red Star because it's a huge team and they lost on the players. We're talking about the best teams in Europe, and I think that's the greatness of the competition, and that compels you. We had a poor beginning of the third quarter, and then the other team just got ahead of us. That's why the competition is that big, because teams are able to be as competitive as that. Okay, thank you.
some time. Can't stop staring.